The movie begins a prisoner busting out of a youth prison in Oslo, Norway. Not just any prison, but Bestøy Detention Center. They send young guys here who've screwed up or done something wrong. This place is on Bishan Beach, right by the ocean. It's damn near impossible to escape. Even if you cross the sea, you're not getting away. The ice-covered lake makes sure of that. Basically, a breakout here is a pipe dream. So the story starts with some officers bringing in two young guys by boat, Ling and Jay. They're headed straight for Bestøy. The warden, Buster, hands these two over to another inmate, Alam, to keep them in line. Alam's been in for over 6 years, and he's getting out in 3 weeks. He's been living inside this whole time. Inspector Best lays out the rules. They even take their personal stuff. Then they get their new numbers, heads shaved, and prison clothes. After that, the warden sends a guard to give a special warning to inmate C-19, aka Ali. Word is, Ali's got a murder case on him. Unlike the others who are in for minor stuff, the warden tries to flex on him, saying he's the boss of this camp and everyone's got to obey. After Elling, we see a woman named Astrid. She's not thrilled about someone like Ali being here. Next day, everyone lines up for instructions. Some get dish duty, some kitchen, others clean walls or put medicine on clothes. Ali gets assigned to clean the bathroom, with Oleg helping him out. Ali's got an attitude while working. He figures Ali's gonna try and bolt, so he warns him. Everyone who's tried to escape from here either ended up dead or got life in prison. Don't ruin your life. But Ali doesn't care. He thinks he got sent here for nothing, so he wants out ASAP. While working, Ali spots a shack. He asks Oleg about it, who tells him it's got an emergency boat. Ali doesn't buy it, so he sneaks to the boathouse to check it out. He sees the boat. Meanwhile, a dude with a dog, also named Ali, walks by. Dog guy leaves, then Jay, the security guard, shows up. He figures Ali's trying to escape, so he slaps Ali's hand as punishment. That night, when all the inmates are asleep, Ali starts yelling, saying his watch is gone. Hearing the commotion, Bahutar shows up and without thinking, blames another kid, but he didn't steal it. Adi had just put his watch on his own bed. Now Ering knew this, so when Ali goes to the bathroom, he sees Marg there. To get revenge for the night's stunt, Ali locks the bathroom door and messes with him. After studying during the day, Ali reads a letter he wrote for his girlfriend to Oleg. That's when they become good friends. The next day, Ali mouths off to the instructor during assembly, and gets moved as punishment. When he gets back, he sees his buddy getting beaten in front of everyone. So Ali, pissed off, snaps at the guy, and Oleg jumps in to break it up. To punish these three, Bahutar sends them to the jungle to chop wood. Marg is just sitting there, tired, and Erling, likely Ali again, starts talking to him. After a hard day's work, they get cooked meat to eat. Ali and Marg, who didn't even talk before, now start chatting happily. Ali intentionally breaks the tree cutter's blade, hides it, and keeps it so he can break the boathouse lock later. As days go by, their friendship grows, but one day, their duty changes, and they're taken to the fields to harvest wheat. Oleg gets a tip that Ali is planning to run, so they shut him up and tell him not to even think about running until his sentence is over, because Oleg's responsible for him. If Ali escapes, Oleg pays the price. Well, everyone's busy working when Ali intentionally cuts his hand with a knife. So Oleg and Darling take him to the hospital where he gets the keys back early in the morning. That night, Marg and Ali eat poisonous mushrooms from the jungle, which gives them severe stomach pain, and they start puking. The noise wakes up all the inmates. Seeing their bad condition, they're immediately sent to the hospital. After treatment, Marco tries to wake him from the bedroom, but he's not conscious due to the drug. So Ali comes out alone and sees the youth doing this. Later, Ali hauled ass to the boathouse, trying to bust down the door to grab a boat and split. Enam goes there and tells him that Jay's instructor's son does messed up things to him, and that's why he doesn't want to stay here either, and insists on leaving with Ali. But Ali refuses to go with him. So Enam, pissed off, goes to Imran to tell the truth, but out of fear, he can't say anything. But seeing the mud stuck to his feet, Imran understands. He realizes Einam went to the sea, then finds out Inam is missing from the hospital. So he immediately sounds the siren, alerting everyone, and rushes to the boathouse with security, but by then it's too late. Ali had already escaped with the boat. Next day at assembly, the pilot says Ali is a smart but cowardly kid who hasn't even paid for his sins. He assures everyone that his army has caught him bad, and he'll be back in this life. For a while, there's no news of Ali, and all the inmates' lives go back to normal. Suddenly, one day, all the inmates see the army catching Ali and bringing him back. Now Brait and Oleg are really disappointed because Brait was responsible for Ali, and he failed. So he's punished by getting beaten until his back bleeds. Poor Oleg has to do this, even though he doesn't want to. People also get mad at Ali because he tried to run, despite refusing. But despite all that, it did not faze Ali. He was still thinking of running away. One day, O-level J complains to Warden Buster about the older brother, likely referring to Bear's abuse of Ivan, because he was doing obscene acts with Ivan every night. But Buster doesn't believe it at all and warns O-level J not to tell anyone. The next day, when Buster goes to the inspector to confirm this, Ivan, out of fear, doesn't say anything. Now, Ivan knew about the older brother, so he's punished by having to cut wood in the forest. When he's cutting wood, another inspector standing there notices he's having trouble breathing. Taking advantage of this, he demands money from the youth because he'd lost money gambling to Brait and had to pay it back today. Ivan was really fed up with this oppression, and he wants to end his life, so he goes to drown himself in the sea. Meanwhile, while eating, Ali finds out Ivan gave his watch to someone else. He realizes something's definitely wrong here. Ali runs to the sea and finds Ivan drowning. Ali and Oleg pull him out of the sea, but it's too late. Ivan is dead. Now Brewster forces all the prisoners to go near Ivan's body and sends them to his palace. Then he goes to the restless sleeping hall and forces all the prisoners to agree that Ivan was a weak boy who couldn't handle the punishment of death and lost his courage, taking his own life. Oleg and Ali were really sad about his death because they knew the real reason for Ivan's death, the messed up stuff being done to him every night. Now he insults Brewster at the dining table and leaves. By now, all the prisoners knew about his actions, and that's why they're mad at him and unleash their anger on him. When he's in his office, Ali complains about him. After this, he goes to meet Brewster and tells him he's a weak boy. He tells that what you've done with Harkadiwan can have big consequences. If this reaches the government, you could get life in prison. Now Ratton didn't care about this at all. Instead, he threatens Jay Warden. If anything happens with Ivan's case, he'll tell everyone how much money that came into Jay's fund was embezzled by Western. The money the government is sending to reform minor prisoners was being pocketed by Western and his family. Basically, both are bad guys, both are frauds. In the next scene, we see that at Western's dinner, Banthan decides to leave Jay for a while so things can cool down. Seeing him go, everyone's happy because they think he's never coming back. Now, like every year, a team from the Central Prison Committee has arrived at Jay for a visit. After reviewing the prisoners' reports, they'll decide who stays. Prisoners are interviewed one by one and asked about incidents in Jay. When Oleg is interviewed, he tells the truth at first, but when asked about Ivan's death, he lies. Anyway, Oleg is ordered to be released in a week for good behavior. When he's leaving Jay, he sees Bridge and attacks him without thinking. Ali and Mag, likely a typo for Marg, go to help him, but the other officers stop Bridge from beating him. After beating these three, they're tied up in a cage in the cell. Ali tries to open the cage at night but can't. Now, on the second day, when Ibrahim comes to meet these three, all three were waiting for him to get close to the wall near the door. As soon as he comes near the wall, they grab him, tie him up in the cage, and snatch the cellar key from him. But in this struggle, the cellar key gets hurt. After getting him out of the cellar, the three boys go after him to kill him. Seeing them do this, the other prisoners get courage too. They all start attacking the garden together. Then they attack the kitchen. They take all the food and drink that the government sent for them, but they never got. They reach the best by killing the guards one by one and kill him too. Jay Warden gets really scared seeing the prisoners' unity and starts running for his life. But then Alina, likely Ali again, comes and kills Duster. Now the registered board takes him out from there. Friends, this cell was now ruled by the prisoners, and they all decided to live freely here. But freedom wouldn't last long, because the next day, many officers from the J Department, along with many army officers, are sent to arrest the minor boys. When Ali, who is with the soldiers, sees the Indian ship coming towards him, he quickly grabs the boat from the warehouse with the help of the other prisoners and heads toward the sea. But before he reaches the shore, the soldiers are already there. Seeing the soldiers, there's a stampede in the whole island because the soldiers outnumber the inmate boys. One by one, the soldiers catch all the boys, but escaping their sight, Ali, Oleg, and Marg manage to run toward the forest. While running, Ali sees a deer, realizing it came from the icy shore of the island. So now all three start running towards the lake. Then Ali realizes the soldiers are chasing him. To draw their attention to himself, he runs in the other direction so his friends can escape. Oleg was hurt, so he couldn't run. To help him, Ali took him to the lake. He carries him on his shoulder, and after running for some distance, both of them reach near the lake. Now to cross the thin layer of ice, both of them move slowly so the ice doesn't break. They quickly cross the lake, but Ali's hand slips, and he falls into the lake. They try really hard to save him, but they have to pull him up by his hand. But the temperature of this place is super cold, and half of Ali's body was frozen from being in the icy water. They had to leave Ali there with a heavy heart, and finally Oleg manages to run away. In the end, we see Oleg on a ship at sea, meaning he backed out and escaped. And what about Ali? He was always trying to escape, but at the very end, luck wasn't on his side, and he died. I hope you liked this story. Please let us know in the comments if you want to see more movie explanations like this. Your suggestions motivate us to keep making more videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.